let's go over the irrigation module in the AMP3 individual first aid kit. Now that we have our website up and running as well as the online store, you can actually buy these irrigation modules online. This has caused some confusion with folks. They're not quite sure what to do with this irrigation shield, so I thought I would go over tonight in a real quick video how to use this module. Let's look at the contents. It comes in a 3x5 bag. Right on the top is an irrigating shield. Now this goes on the end of your syringe, which we'll show in a second. There's your irrigating syringe, and you basically just hook the two together just like that. You push it on and just give it a little twist and it's locked on. You also have 6 alcohol preps. Now they can be used for a lot of different things. They just happen to be stored in this bag. And then the 2 betadine pads. We're going to go over using those tonight as well. The contents list is printed on waterproof Write in the Rain paper. This gives you some space on the back to make notes if you need to make notes for a person that you took care of. And it certainly makes this module list very durable in the outdoors. Now, if you're going to irrigate a wound out in the field, and I highly recommend you irrigate every single wound, all you really need is clean water. You don't need any fancy solutions, and you certainly don't need to use hydrogen peroxide. That actually is a mistake. Hydrogen peroxide kills cells. I also recommend that you don't douse a wound with betadine solution. The only time that I would use a betadine solution, and I'd recommend you use a dilute betadine solution, which is why we include these iodine prep pads in your kit, is to flush out a grossly contaminated wound. Otherwise, your best irrigation solution is just clean water and, of course, pressure irrigation delivered by this irrigating syringe and this irrigating tip and splash shield. All right, let's go over the operation of the irrigating syringe. In all of our kits, we include a pack of gloves, and I would recommend you put them on, especially for something like this. You have 3 pairs of gloves in this kit. Gives you opportunities to change out if you need to. All right, the best place to pour your water, I think, is a camp cup. Everybody has a camp cup with them when they're out camping. And this kit, of course, is designed for those of you that are working outdoors. And all you need to do is pour a little irrigating water. Again, just clean water. You don't need to filter or boil it. As long as it's clean water that you're willing to drink, it should be adequate for irrigating a wound. Now, all we're going to do is draw up a syringe full of water, put the irrigating tip back on, and I'm going to use this basin right here to catch the water. But if I had a wound on the back of my hand, you basically firmly place that shield against the wound, and you'll notice that the shield has 3 little cutouts. That's where the water that comes out of the irrigating tip can wash out of the shield. So you just firmly apply it to the wound, and then just with firm force you irrigate that wound. And I would do that 3 or 4 times for each. Okay, well now betadine has really caused a lot of interesting comments that I've seen on various websites, but quite honestly, the best irrigating solution, again, is just clean water. But if you have a dirty, contaminated wound, I would recommend irrigating with a dilute betadine solution. And these pads are perfect in this kit. You just take 1 or 2 pads, place them in your camp cup of water, and now you have a dilute betadine solution. You can use your syringe to stir it around a bit. Basically just a tea color is all you need. And again, you're going to do the same irrigation 2 or 3 times with that dilute solution. and then I would follow that up with a syringe or two of fresh, clean water. Okay, there you have it. That's the AMP3 irrigation module that comes in every individual first aid kit. They're also available online in the AMP3 store. The kit includes 6 alcohol preps, 2 betadine pads, which is a great way to carry betadine out in the field. You don't have a bottle or a jar that's going to spill or leak, ruin your first aid kit or other contents of your pack. Great way to make a dilute betadine solution for irrigation using clean water. Remember, don't use hydrogen peroxide. Key to the kit is the irrigating syringe and irrigating tip and shield. Remember, that shield goes directly on the skin. You press firmly down on the plunger, irrigating the wound, and the solution will drain out of the holes at the edge of the shield. Don't forget to use your gloves.